I'd like to welcome everybody today on this gorgeous day to this dedication of a new park. I'd like to bring up our fearless Parks and Rec director, Archie Trader. Let's all give him a hand.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for giving me a hand, because in other places I get more than that. I would like to introduce to you Mr. Mayor, Mr. Gavin Buckley, who has been a tremendous asset to the city of Annapolis. As some of you may know, I grew up in Annapolis, graduated from Eastport Elementary School, so on and so forth. You have to go back to Pip Moyer to find such a dynamic mayor and a friend of recreation. Mr. Mayor, Gavin Buckley.
All right, we've got an exciting agenda here. I'm so excited to be here. This is one of the most fun parts of being a mayor, when you can give back and say thank you to people who've given so much. So I want to thank the folks, family and community that you built in this city. We're so lucky that you've done what you've done, and the placemaking that you've done in the decades of volunteerism for Annapolis has made this city a much, much better place. So we're so proud that we can honor you here. Why I'm so excited about this little park here is the transition that we've been trying to do, a connection. This city is an amazing city that has a lot of great assets, but I find that some of the assets are not connected. So we have a great pool, a great tennis court, great parks over in Quiet Waters Park. On the other side of town there are parks, but there's no flow. And so the flow and the connection here is going to be that you'll be able to leave from the Cal Ripken Fields, from the Boys and Girls Club, the Senior Center. You'll be able to go through, transition through this parking lot, maybe pick up a latte on the way, stop at this park, maybe pump your tires up if you're on a bike, and then you'll be able to go all the way through here, connect to the brand new library that we have, and then the brand new library you'll be able to connect to the Poplar Trail, which is going to be called the West East Express. You'll be able to get on the you'll be able to get on that and make a choice. Am I going to go uptown? Am I going to go to the Parole Town Center or Whole Foods? Am I going to just get off at the Design District? Am I going to go the other direction and go to the stadium? There's multiple assets on that corridor, and it's going to finish another great asset that we opened up as a city, which is 600 acres at Quiet Waters Park, which is an amazing piece of nature. Waterworks Park, sorry, which is an amazing piece of nature that now has been opened with 12 miles of trails for anybody to go in and dog walk or ride a bike in. So again, this city has so many fantastic assets. It has so many fantastic people that have made this city. We're glad to honor you guys. And now I'm going to pass it on to people that know more about the city than I do, because obviously this accent means that I wasn't born here. So I will pass it on to Alderman Fred Pione. Thank you. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you everybody for coming out today. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Fowlkes. We're delighted to name this park after you. You've taken care of this property for quite a long time, and you've taken care of a lot of things in this city, and we appreciate that very much. I actually grew up in this neighborhood. I lived on South Cherry Grove when I was a little kid, and I used to use this to, well, take the stupid fence down, because it blocks my pathway, my old pathway to go to Carlson's Donuts. I'm glad Carlson's is still there, thank God. But lovely day. Enjoy yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations once again. And I'm going to pass it along to Alderwoman Pindell Charles.
These are our folks, where everybody knows their name. Good afternoon. Just about everyone remembers and enjoyed the 11 seasons of the TV sitcom Cheers, which ran from 1982 to 1993. And the theme song was Where Everybody Knows Your Name. Anyone who has lived in Annapolis for any length of time tends to cling to a certain nostalgia, a city that somehow still has that small town feeling. For example, you may see our mayor riding his bike on Main Street, and 2 hours later at a grand opening of a small business in Eastport. So today we honor our small town, yes, our hometown heroes. Yes, these folks where everybody knows their name. Whether it's that now 60-year-old wannabe musician who Mr. Lloyd gave a quick lesson to 20 years ago, or Miss Gilda who helped that 6-year-old with her spelling in camp last summer, or Mr. Lloyd and Miss Gilda both making sure that this park was pristine and clean just yesterday. And when you hear the words of that Cheers theme song, this Fowlkes Community Park will be instrumental in responding to the needs of those persons who pass along and stop here to find comfort, rest, and solace. Just listen to these words at the beginning of the song. Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? And then these words where our folks play a critical part. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. The very famous philosopher, author, and poet Henry David Thoreau, who lived in the 1800s, wrote this poem entitled The Respectable Folks. The respectable folks, where dwell they? They whisper in the oaks, and they sigh in the hay. Summer and winter, night and day. Out on the meadow, there dwell they. They never die, nor snivel, nor cry, nor ask our pity with a wet eye. A sound estate they ever mend, to every asker readily lend. To the ocean, wealth, to the meadow, health, to time, his length, to the rocks, strength, to the stars, light, to the weary night, to the busy day, to the idle play. And so their good cheer never ends, for all are their debtors and all their friends. And so for all who have come here today to celebrate, these are our folks, our respectable folks, where everybody knows their name. Thank you, and God bless you all. At this time, we have on our program local business owners and neighbors who might want to give remarks at this time. I know Mr. Isaac Jones was invited from our Wally H. Bates Senior Center, if he would like to come up and make a few brief remarks.
Hello, everybody. I don't have much to say. Some familiar faces here. And I always knew ceremony was here, but I never knew this was on the other side. And it looks beautiful. And thank you for all that y'all have done. And we appreciate it. And thank you all for coming.
Okay, so we've got a few people to speak after you. So Archie and Rodney would love to say a word, because obviously you guys go so far back with them, and you've watched the amazing things. It's so great to have Archie be our director, and Rodney, people from the community that love this community, that have gone on to really positively impact the community. So we'd love you to come forward now, if you'd like, Lloyd and Gilda, and then we would like to do some citations for you. We've got our state partners here who want to also do that. Can I get you guys to come forward? And then we're going to let you say a few words after we...
Hi. I am so happy to be here today. My name is Delegate Dana Jones. I'm here on behalf of District 30, your Senator Sarah Elfreth, as well as Delegate Shanika Henson. I also bring greetings from them. I'm so happy to be here for such a good friend that I have had through the years. Miss Gilda and I have worked so many times together. I have to say, she is one of my heroes. My husband and I have been working with Miss Gilda for several years now as we reached out. And honestly, we prayed on it. We wanted to find an angel that we could work with to help students in our own community. And there she was. And I am so proud to be here today for someone who I look up to so very much. I'm so appreciative for the friendship you and I have had, but what you have done for our community and our children will go through generations. So thank you so very much. So this is an official citation. In recognition of the dedication of the Fowlkes Community Park, we thank you for your work as volunteers maintaining this place over the years and for helping create a green space for all Annapolitans to enjoy. Thank you so very much.
I'll read one, two, and then we can take some photos. So on behalf of the residents of the City of Annapolis, we are pleased to confer upon you this City Council citation in recognition of your artistic and civic contributions to our city. Thank you for providing generations of Annapolis residents with musical entertainment and for educating thousands of Annapolis and Anne Arundel County residents for over 4 continuous decades, much of which involved volunteer hours. In addition, for years you have taken care of this piece of property that will be known from now on as Fowlkes Community Park. You have lovingly cared for this parcel, removing garbage, keeping it weeded and mowed, even removing snakes, I heard. Something I'm familiar with from Australia. Now this will be a wonderful spot for families to enjoy under the continuous care of Annapolis Recreation and Park staff. We thank you all for what you have done for our community, and we want you to know how much we appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to do a quick photo here. We're going to try to get, these guys will talk, and then we're going to try to get Archie and Rodney to finish, and I'm sure they're going to cry. Great watch.
Greetings. We would like to thank everyone here today for taking time from your busy schedules to acknowledge this memorable occasion. Today is not only for the Fowlkes family. Today is for all of you that have been a part of our network of support for many years. A multitude of relatives, friends, co-workers, supervisors, city officials, divisions and services, such as Annapolis Recreation and Parks Department, variety of Anne Arundel County agencies, local businesses, wholesale and retail. When the businesses see me coming, they said, "Oh my, here she comes again." Just to name a few. Some in attendance here today, Mayor Buckley, we thank him. Alderman Fred Payon. The remarkable Rhonda Pendell Charles, Alderwoman. Dana Jones from the House of Representatives, so many others. Rec Department, Archie Trader. I don't know whether Katie Owens is here today, if she could make it. The incredible crew of Rodney Dillard, maintenance, landscaping. These guys are tremendous. They're incredible. Foreman Rodney, Trevin, John Gilmer, Vernon Hicks, and all the other in the lands department. This could not have been possible without you. Even the police department is here, not to take any of us in. But these are our community helpers that are providing us another type of service today that we can all appreciate. My Georgetown East family, Mr. Dillard, and all of his family, so many others. Miss Bykar, Miss Cottrell, so many. There are many of us that have traveled this journey, and so many of you have traveled this journey with us. In closing, we send lots of love and thanks to all of you, today and always. Couldn't have done it without you. To be reminded that education, recreation, and community outreach is a continuous commitment for myself and the baseman, Lloyd, and all of our family. We continue to love and support you and wish you lots of prosperity and good health. Thank you so much for all of your time and service.
Well, what can I say after that? She said it all, in which I knew she would. I'd just like to thank the mayor, all the dignitaries for this great occasion. I'd like to thank, it's one lady I would like to thank that has been a jewel to us, and that's Ms. Rhonda Bendel. She's been I just want to thank all of my family. Are you out there? Stand up for a minute, please. Thank you. Thank you. I just like to say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I thank you.
I have one more added note. We have our youngest daughter, Demira. Come forward, please. Demira is a recent high school graduate and now attends Parsons School of Design in New York City. We picked her up last night so that she could be a part of the occasion, and we hate to send her back on Saturday, but we must. Demira's design was a good trademark for this park. She helped design it, and Archie Trader has a design of it, and Rodney Dillard, Rhonda Pendle is on his wall in his office. So she is the originator of the design for this cut-through park. And it's not finished yet. There are other things to come, but a lot of gratitude and credit goes to her for designing these strips of land to help the fellows along that made it, the drawings come true. Thank you.
So we're so enjoying celebrating your love story and your family. I want to just do a quick shout out before we bring up Rodney and Archie. Could everyone from Parks and Rec put their hand up who was part of this? Thank you all. And then from the OPD, if we could put your hands up so we can know and show our appreciation for all that you do. I can smell coffee roasting, and we know that Ceremony Coffee provided the coffee here. It's our only roaster in the city, so it's exciting that this roastery is on this beautiful trail connection that we're making happen here. Let's hear it for Ceremony Coffee. And before we cut the ribbon, we're going to let it be closed out with Rodney and Archie. You guys can come up here, try not to get too emotional, and we thank you.
Good afternoon, I'm Rodney Dillard. I'm the park administrator. I met Miss Fowlkes. I was a facility manager at the Pit Morty. I have to tell this story. Miss Fowlkes was a thorn in my side. When I tell you, Rodney, we need this. Rodney, we need that. So I'm a stickler. I go by the book. I'm a book supervisor. I'm a book manager. So I said, she's breaking the rules. And I go to the director, Mike Moore, so she's breaking the rules. He said, bear with her, bear with her. So the next day, Ronnie, I need to change this and I need to do this and that. I said, no, we're not doing that. You're breaking the rules, Miss Folks. She'll leave, and then she'll come back. Well, we have to do it. And I said, okay. I said, go ahead. We're gonna do it just this once. So I went home that day, and I was telling my wife, I said, wife, I met this lady, and during the summertime, me and her been wrestling. And she said, well, what is she doing? And I said, she's breaking the rules. And she said, well, isn't you the manager? I said, yes, I am. He said, does she have a good reason to break the rules? I said, probably so. She said, well, if you're the manager and you can bend the rules for it, bend the rules for it. So the very next year, we argued and fussed for a little while. And I still seen it my way instead of my wife's way, but it kept on coming up in my head. So this one morning, this little kid was confused and all over the place. And I said, well, what do you need? She said, can you show me where Miss Fowlkes is? And I said, well, she's right over there. And, oh, thank you. And she went to Miss Fowlkes, and Miss Fowlkes took care of her. She was so comforted at that point. And it registered to me that when you're in management, you can bend rules. Yeah. And from that point on, I bent the rules for Miss Fowlkes. So when we went outside and when we dealt with COVID-19, everything she asked for, I told the guys, do it immediately, because the work and her work ethic and what she put in to those little kids was way greater than those rules that we had to bend. So I just want to say, our relationship has grown over the years. My wife asks me periodically, how's it going, Miss Fowlkes? I said, oh, that's my best friend now. And when we came to build this park, Alderman Fred Payon and Alderwoman Rhonda Pendell-Charles said, well, we're going to do a park right here. And it was a dump. It was literally a dump. I said, well, what are we going to do with this? And I said, RG said, just do it. Make this a park. You can do it. Just make it a park. And then we went back and we talked to Miss Fowlkes and we talked to Mr. Fowlkes, and they put their input in, and all of us did it together. We couldn't have did it if we wasn't communicating with each other. The parks crew was amazing. They take on the responsibilities that is handed down from the mayor to Archie, to myself, and then we presented it to you. So through this whole thing, it was our pleasure to serve and to create this park area for you and your family, because I think you deserve it, because I watched you from a distance and I watched how hard you go through the day. I'm talking about a 100-degree day. This lady goes, it's 100 degrees outside. We sweating and we're outside doing recreation. And we're sweating. The heat index is probably 106 or 107. And you're there and you're moving from that space, you're moving from that place. I say, wow, I hope I can do that at that point when I'm at that age. So I want to thank you, and we do love you, okay?
Thank you all for coming. I'd like to give you a round of applause, because it's you that makes our recreation parks go. It's you that makes our parks necessary. It gives us purpose. Mr. and Mrs. Gilda Fowlkes, Mr. and Mrs. Fowlkes, congratulations. Really, congratulations. And Rodney, you think we have problems now? Now she got a park in her name. Can't say no now. Love you, Gilda. And let me tell everybody how far we do go back. On Tuesday, I was 65 years old. I attended the Eastport summer camp. What was that? Late 60s, 70s. Here comes Miss Gilda Fowlkes. Jacks, popsicle sticks, one basketball, and a set of odd horseshoes. That's what we got every year. But Miss Gilda Fowlkes was actually supervising that summer camp. I was a child in the summer camp. Later on, I became 16 years old as a playground supervisor. Once again, Miss Gilda Fowlkes, supervising. Such a beautiful lady. Always even-tempered. Never seen you get upset. Well, in your own way. Right. But really never seen Miss Gilda Folks, get out of kilter and uneven. She is absolutely a beautiful lady, and many generations of children are better off having experienced her. Me also, me notwithstanding. You've helped me when you didn't know you were helping me. You influenced me when you didn't know you were influencing me. And here I am at the podium. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Got nothing but love.
Let's do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
All right.